everyone, this is Bonnie from Bonnie's Creative Place, and we are going to be making this cascading card. Now I did add some grass in there. You can add it or not add it. I'm gonna see what it looks like without, and maybe I'll add some, maybe I won't add as much. So let's get started. This is card number 4 for our online daisy laying card class. So the first thing that we have to do is we have to take, and this is a 12 by 8.5 piece of cardstock. And on the 12-inch side, all the way at the top, we are going to score at 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. Okay, and then we're going to be done with the scoreboard for now. Okay, now at the top of the 8-inch side, you're going to need your ruler, and you're going to want to put your ruler right on the edge here, and we're going to come up to the 5.5-inch mark, and we're going to put a little tick mark, like right there. Okay? Then we're going to come to the bottom, down here, get it, and we're going to line this up with the edge on the bottom with the ruler, and we're going to mark it at the 2.5-inch mark. So we're going to mark it right there. Then you're going to bring in your cutting board, and I'm going to turn it so I can get it in the camera, but I'll have to turn it back to cut it. You're going to take and you're going to line up that first, the top one on the cut line, and line up the bottom one on the cut line. So we got them both lined up on the cut line, and then you're going to lay them down like that to lock it in. I don't think I moved anything. I think there's still, maybe this one might have moved a hair. Okay. All right. And then we're going to cut it. There we go. So now we have 2 pieces. All right. So we're done with the cutter for now. Now you're going to take, and you're going to take your ruler, and at the top of your paper right here, we are going to mark it at at the bottom. I'm sorry, starting at the bottom first. At the bottom, we're going to mark it at 1 1/4. Okay, I was looking at my directions. I thought I was reading the same ones again. Oh, okay. So at the bottom, we're going to mark it at 1 1/4. So right there, we're going to mark up at 1 1/4. And at the top, we're going to mark it at 2 3/4. So 2 3/4 right there. You're going to bring your other one in and put it going the same way. We're going to mark it at 1 1/4 at the bottom, and then we're going to mark it at the top at 2 3/4. So you're going to do the same thing to both of them. Okay? So here we go. So now we're going to take the ruler, and you're going to just line up these points, both points, okay, like this. And we are going to mark every other one. So we're going to mark this one on the 2-inch score line. We're going to skip the 4-inch score line. We're going to mark the 6-inch score line. We're going to skip the 8-inch score line, and we're going to mark the 2-inch score line. Okay? Then we're going to come over here, and we're going to do the same thing. Line these up point to point. You're going to mark right where the ruler meets, you know, from like this. We're going to mark at the 2-inch. We're skipping the 4. We're going to mark at the 6-inch. We're skipping the 8. And we're going to mark at the 10. Either way you go with, you know. Okay. So now we have this. So now we're going to cut. You can either use your scissors. You can use your cutter if you want. Whatever you want. You're only going to cut on the ones that have the mark and only up to that mark. Okay? Now, if you cut on the bottom of this one, you're going to have to cut on the top going down. So I'll show you what I mean. So I'm going to cut at the bottom. So I'm going to cut going this way up to that score mark. I'm going to skip that one because there's no mark. I'm going to cut up to the score mark. I'm going to skip that one, and I'm going to cut up to the tick mark. Okay, so we got that. So we're going to set that one down. Now this one, because I cut on the bottom, I have to cut this one on the top because you have to rotate it around. So you're going to cut downward this way. So now I'm going to cut this one to the score mark, or to the tick mark. There's no tick mark, so I'm going to leave it. I'm going to cut this one, but I'm not going to cut this one. And then I'm going to cut this one. Okay. So now we're going to score. You're going to score every one but the 6-inch one. Do not score the middle 6-inch one. Okay? So we're just going to score on these. We're going to leave the middle one alone. It doesn't matter which way they go right now. You will probably be flipping these around a couple times. Okay? And then we're going to score, score, skip, score, score. I'm not doing like a major score. I'm just doing this type of score. Okay. Now this is what you're going to do. You're going to interlock these. Don't worry about which way they're going right now. I just want you to interlock the one that's on the top that you cut, and then the ones on the bottom, and I just want you to slide them in like that. Don't worry about anything else. I'm just wanting you to, it could flop all together just like mine is. Okay, because it's just easier than you getting stressed. So see, yours may look like this, it may look a little different. It may look, some of these might be inner, like that. And if that's the case, it's okay. Just pop it out, okay? Okay, so if it looks like this, open these back two. So it looks like that. Push these back so that they're going outward. Push this back so it's going outward. And then push that back. So there you have it. You have made the cascading card. Okay? So you've made the, this is the hardest part of the whole card, was doing that right there. Everything else will just flow like butter. Okay? So now we're just going to set that aside for a little bit till we get going on the rest of our card. So, in your kit, you're going to have pieces that look like this for your, or they're all going to be cut down. Mine aren't all cut down. But you're going to have enough to make your 6 yellow large ones. And then you're going to have, gotta get them out here. Well, you're going to have 2 cut in half like this. I just left mine long to do your yellow or white ones. Okay? So I'm just going to go ahead and, because I didn't punch these out yet, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to punch all my daisies out, and then I will be back. Okay. that's what you want to do. And then we're going to go ahead and I'm going to take the Sponge Dauber in Daffodil Delight, and I'm just going to dab this in here, and while it's on this paper, I'm just going to sponge these in a little bit. Don't matter, you can make them darker, you can leave little lines in them. Do what you want to do. This is what I did. Okay, I just want to make sure I had 6. And if you want them a different color, you could do that too. I just went with, I mean, a brown might be pretty in here. And think about that. We could touch them up a little, dab a little brown in. So then we're going to take the 1/2 inch circle punch, which I thought I had here on my stand. And I do, right here. And it's not, this is not 1/2 inch. But I did that, it's close, it's pretty darn close. Now Stampin' Up! Does not sell this 1/2 inch punch. If you were able to grab it when it was on the clearance rack, wonderful. If not, use whatever you have that's a 1/2 inch. Or if you have one that's a little bit bigger, that would work too. Okay. And we'll just put this. Okay, I hear my husband hollering for Otis. Alrighty, so now we got them ones all done. And then in your kit, you will already have these punched out for you because I punched these ones out. I couldn't do the stamped ones, you had to stamp them. But I was able to punch it. I punched you out a bunch of these. And so I'm just, you need 6 of them. I gave you extra just in case you lost one or something happened to one. That would be my luck. So I got 6. Alrighty. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put these together. I'm going to fast forward after I do, I'm going to do one of each of them with you, and then I'm going to fast forward doing the rest. So before I do anything here, putting it together, I'm getting out the Melon Mambo ink. I'm going to take and dab it inside. I'm just going to give this a fun little sponge in the middle. As much as you want or as little, doesn't matter. Now on these ones, I did take and sponge around the edges of them. It just adds a little pop to it. Okay, and then I'm going to take some liquid glue and I'm going to put a little dab right there. And I'm going to crisscross it like that. And then I'm going to take another little bit of liquid glue and I'm going to put this one right on top. So it looks just like that. You could leave it like that if you want, or you can add the gem. I'm going to set it aside. I'll probably do that last. So I'm going to do the same thing to the big ones. I'm going to take some of the Melon Mambo. Get it really good here. Really give it a good, whoop, give it a good sponging. Just be kind of gentle. You don't want to rip them. Like I just wrinkled that one up. You could accidentally rip them. You don't want to do that. So then we're going to put this one in the, like that. And I'm going to put this, crisscross it. And then I'm going to take this out. And this one, I think I just have one. Yep. And I'm going to take a Stampin' Dimensional. Right here they are. And I'm going to put one on the center of all these. I'm going to put it right there. Just like that. And I popped it up. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do all these. Okay, I'm back. I got all my flowers done, got them put together. And now we're gonna bring in this piece of, it is 3 3/4 by 5. And we're gonna, this is gonna go on the back of the card right here. So we're gonna dress it up a little bit. This is where you could leave a greeting or whatever if you wanted to. So we are going to do that. So the first thing I need to do is I need to get out this and the little greeting that came with it. Get a couple blocks here. And all I did was I took the Daffodil Delight and I just did the generation stamping again. So I stamped it. I stamped it once and then I stamped it again, just like that behind it. You could do this as many times as you want around. You could add some greenery if you want to it, but I just went ahead and did that. And then on the front we're going to stamp friends. So on the back it says the best moments in my life happened with you. So I just thought that was really fitting for the back of this card. So you're going to get a piece like this. I put this up a little bit high and I stamped it in black Memento ink. Then while we got everything out here, I'm going to bring in this little piece and I'm going to bring in the word friend and I'm going to stamp it right in the middle. And this is the greeting piece. Okay. Mine's down a little lower, but it's okay. And this piece is 3 inches by 1 inch. Okay. So let's put these pieces on our base. All right. So here we go. First thing we're going to do is we're going to kind of try and line this up the best we can so it'll sit flat here in the front. We're going to take our piece of DSP paper and I am going to add some snail. I love that stuff. I tell ya, when we first got it, I think they were winding them a little too tight. Now I just cannot get enough of it. I don't know. When I lay this down, that one wants to pop up a little bit. So I'm not 100% sure why. Maybe I didn't give it a good enough cut. But I'm going to put it right across the bottom here. Right across there. Well, not quite over. Not quite up. It kind of goes in between here. So right about there. I didn't go all the way up because we're going to put flowers up there. So I kind of did that with that piece. Then with the back piece, we're going to put the back piece on. It's just going to help stabilize it for you while you're decorating it up. And again, this kind of goes up almost to the top and almost to the bottom. So just like that. So there we go. And a little bit will show right there, but you're not going to see it once you start putting flowers and grass and all different things on it, if that's what you want. Okay, so now let's get having some fun in putting these on here. I believe I didn't pop any of these up. I just put them on with glue. You can do whatever you want. I think with this one, I kind of was very like, okay, yellow one here, yellow one there, one here, one there. I think with this one, I'm going to kind of play with it a little bit. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to put a few on, and then you can just kind of, you know, pause me, watch me. I'm going to fast forward maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But I just put a little bit of glue on like the bottom halves of the petals because you want them kind of on like this. And I kind of looked and I just stuck it. I just stuck it on there like that. So it just looks like that. That's what I did. Okay, so maybe I'm going to mix them up this time. Maybe I'll put a let me see. Maybe I'll put a white one over here. Instead of, I'll raise it up so it's just got tiny bit of his petals are touching at the bottom. Just a few. I don't know. I'm just kind of playing with it now. Okay. And then here I'm going to stick this one on the inside. Right here on this one more. So see, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I felt like after I got done with it, but I went with it. And I figured with you guys, I would just kind of try and change things up maybe. Whatever you do, when you're all done, just look at the back and see how I have a little glue showing there or wherever. Dab that powder on it with your finger or whatever you want to do. Just make sure you dab it up. Okay? Maybe we'll put yeah, we'll put a white one on this side. I don't know. You know how like when you do something and then you're like, oh, I should have done it a little different. That's kind of how I was. But it's a lot of work, so I didn't want to like tear it apart in the middle of it. And you could close it. See, it's closing. Now, this one here, okay, I got lots of room because you want to make sure it'll fit in your card at 5.5. So I'm only, with that one sticking out right there on that side, I'm only at 4.25. So I'm okay with that little bit sticking out. All right, so now we'll put this one up here behind this. You guys are going to have to let me know which one you like better. I thought my other one maybe was a little fuller, like maybe too full. So I thought I would try and do this one a little less full. I think this needs to come up more. Definitely going to have to put powder on this part after I use the glue. Okay. I definitely want some of these back here. Okay, I kind of like that. I kind of like it. Kind of like it like this a little bit less, maybe. Okay, I'm still going to put a couple of these down here. And you know what I might do? Okay, I haven't done the grass yet. I'm going to show you. Okay, so you're going to want to use a pair of pinking shears. And this is way longer than you may need. You may need to cut it down. But I'm just going to show you what I did to make the grass. I just took these and I went as far as they would go. Now you may have a grass cutter, a grass die, punch, whatever you got. Just cut a bunch of grass like this. And what I ended up doing, I'll show you what I did on the full one in case that's what you want to do. Now see these ones here, they're kind of funky. I don't know. You could cut them again. Go in with a pair of scissors. I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe I got too far apart, which I think that's why I was getting them funky. So you just want to cut them. I'm not cutting them in any rhyme or reason. As you could tell, it's going uphill, downhill, whatever. And then you want to take your cutter, bring your cutter in, and you're going to go ahead and you're going to cut. I should turn it this way, be easier. And if I'd made a straight line, which I should have, you should have embossed, should emboss a line on here so you know where to cut to. So there's a cut line, and you have this little extra here where you could put your glue, and they kind of just hang on like that, so you can kind of do what you want with them. Like maybe 1 or 2, maybe down farther. See, I was struggling with this part. Like maybe not so many. Maybe I had too much. Because see, I just think this was too much grass. And this way, if I did less, I could put some over here, like on this side. So that's what I'm going to try with this one. And then you guys will let me know which one, obviously, you all like better. We'll put this on here, I think, in the front. And I'm just going to use some glue and put this down. All right, and then we're going to put one on the other side. Maybe, you know what? I'm going to flag the ends of this first. And after I put that in there, I might put one on another spot on here. So we'll see. So I'm going to flag the ends. So there's a couple ways. You can use the Banner Builder punch. You can use another triangle-y type punch. I'm just going to use my scissors for this one this time. And how I do it is I cut it up in the middle, cut it this way and this way. Now this does not make a perfect one. So if you want it perfect, you're better off getting that Banner Builder punch, which I've got it. I love it. I just forgot to bring it over here next to me. So we're not going to use it. Okay. So I got this. Then I'm going to take and I'm going to sponge with my Melon Mambo Dauber around this card, around the thing, like this, and get that like that. And then I'm going to put this right here on the front. It's hard to show this kind of a card. I will try to definitely show you different angles when I get it all together. I'll put that on there. Then I'm going to take 2 of my tiny gems and I'm going to use my pokey tool. Got an older one here. I'm not sure where my new one went. And I'm going to put one right here in the end. I'm going to have to lay it down for this, I think. I can't see what I'm doing. Right there. And right there. Okay, and now I love this, how it is coming out. Now, I do have the bigger ones that I put on there, and I may still put them on because now they're not all like in one place. I was kind of like, I don't know if I want them all on there. Put it like that. I don't know, what do you think? I guess in the camera, I'm looking in the camera and it does look pretty cute there. All right, I guess that's where that's gonna go. So I will do that. I gotta get a little bit of glue. I think I'm just gonna put it on this one that's right here that's sticking up. One of the pieces of grass. And I'm gonna add it right there. Kind of intertwine it in the other leaves, other flowers and leaves there. That looks kind of cute there. What do you think? See, I like it when you change things up. They don't always have to be. And I'm going to add one of these little gems to it. Oh, I like this. Let's see, is there any place for this in the back if I want to put it in the back? Ooh, I could put it in the back like this for the message. What about that? I could put it back here. I could like overlap it just like that. Oh, I think that looks cute. So that's where I think I'm going to stick that one. So this is, you know, all up to you. You can have less, you can have more. You can change it up however you want to do it. So this is what I ended up doing. This was the first one. I like it. It's just like I felt I was too like, okay, I have to have two here, two there, two there, two there. And then I put a lot, I feel like there was a lot of grass. So I did the grass the same way. If you like that one, I just cut it off. I went and cut a strip of it all along here, made them about this long. Then I just put glue on it and I stuck it in there. That's all I did for that one, but I felt like it was too much. They were all in one place, and I kind of like it when stuff intertwines a little bit and somewhere over here and a little less. So I think I like it. I think I really like this one better. But I did give you a whole sheet, you know, a whole great big piece of this. You can also make grass just by using scissors, just going like this. And, you know, cutting up how much if you don't have pinking shears. You could do this, cut up to your line. I would say it would be better if you want it to straight line, to make a little score mark all the way down there on your paper, and then cut up to that mark. Or a ruler line or something. And then cut up to it. So then you'll have grass, and see, you can have grass like that too. So that's how you can make it also. So I hope you enjoyed all the cards that we made. Let me know which one you like better, the one I did the first one or the second one, or both. I mean, they both are nice. I want to see yours. I want to see what you guys did, so share them. And you know, I love to see the cards that are hard, that you guys actually did them. So share the cards, and make sure you like, subscribe, share my videos, and, you know, share the love. So thanks. Bye-bye, everybody. See you next time.